Pinning posts. Okay, pin a post. It allows you to keep an important post at the top of your activity feed for a duration of 7 days. So you want to use this to highlight very important posts. So maybe you have a really good story or feedback from a customer or something, and you want other customers to see that, so you might go ahead and pin that post. And you want to use this for things like important updates or contests or announcements. Okay, so if you release a new product, then you might want to pin a post and let people know that you have released a new product. And if you do something like a picture, then you can add links, okay, and additional info in the description. So when people click over, then they will be given the opportunity to click the link that is clickable in the description box, and that will take them away from Facebook and to your site or an opt-in form or a page on your site with the new product. Okay, and you can pin the post by clicking again the edit icon, which is the pencil icon that is located at the top right of the posts. So one of those options, once you click that pencil, will be to pin the post. Friend feed. Okay, so your friend feed is highlighting your friends' interaction and your friends' interaction with the page. Okay, this can be turned on and off, and it shows interaction from the entire social circle of your friends or your fans and their friends. So anytime that they have mentioned something about your page or they have commented on your page, then that information will show up here. So this obviously works well to increase social proof. So this obviously works very well to increase social proof, as your friends and fans will see that their friends and the fans of their friends or their friends' friends are interacting with your page. And as I mentioned, it can be turned off in the admin panel, so if you don't want this feature, there is an option to be able to turn it off. Milestones is something brand new. And milestones is just that. It is a way to set a milestone from your company. So a very historic or important date or event. And this gives you the opportunity to highlight that date or event in your page. And you can set the date of the milestones, and once you do, it will enter the timeline at that date. So even if you'd like to enter the founding time of your company, then it will automatically go to the beginning of your page. And the milestones have a lot more weight. We talked briefly about Facebook's algorithm called EdgeRank, and milestones holds a little more weight in that algorithm, so they will appear more readily in your fans' news feeds. But that doesn't mean that you should abuse them at all. They're only meant to be for very large events. You can use these for things like a new store opening, a new product launch. Obviously, when you founded your company, maybe if you started a new branch, if you have a subsidiary, if you entered another country. Okay, so any large event can be marked with these milestones. Okay, starred stories is another way that you can mark a post or a picture or a video and kind of highlight it, but it is a smaller version of milestone. So if milestone was maybe the founding of your company, then starred stories, since they stand out larger than the other stories because they spread across the entire width of your page, then they can be for things that are smaller, such as maybe a new employee of the month, maybe a little promotion that you're running at your store. Okay, maybe a really cool picture like Red Bull has. Any any story that you think will attract a lot of attention and will engage people and will make your page look good to the consumer. So anything maybe community service related or something along those lines that really makes your page stand out, then you can star this and it'll stretch across the entire side of your page. And again, you can change the dates here so that they fit perfectly into your timeline. Private messaging is new. It was never available before on pages, and both fans and non-fans, are able to send messages to pages. So you want to consider carefully if you want to allow this or not, because if you have 1 million likes, then you might be getting 1 million messages, and there's absolutely no way for you to keep up with that. So this is good for smaller pages that are trying to connect with their fans and interact with them and to develop a relationship. So larger brands might want to turn this off, and that can be done in the admin panel in the back end. And pages are not able to use this to initiate a conversation. They can only respond to somebody that is sending them a message. So when somebody sends and initiates that conversation, then as a page, you are able to send back 2 messages to them. So it is not used to sell something to somebody, but it is used to build the relationship. Okay. And you with this like and trust, and then you can kind of work with that person to get them into your sales funnel or to promote your products to them at that point. But again, do not blast out a sales message when somebody contacts you. Okay, it should not be a canned message. It should be a very personal message to your customers. This is your admin panel. So this can be hidden, or it can show up at the top of your page above your cover image. So you can see this. And it's a very quick way to see any type of activity that is happening on your page. So it shows things like notifications and likes and insights and messages. So you're able to get quick access to any of these and kind of see an overview of what's happening on your page without having to kind of leave the main page as you had to before in the older pages. And in here is under the Manage tab at the top of this page is where you will get into the Edit settings or Edit page. So before you used to click Edit page, here you would click Manage and then edit the page from there. This is your activity log. Okay, and again, this is at the top. And this basically just allows the admins or page owners to see all of the activity that's happening on their page, and it's just broken down by category. So you can view, all of your photos here, your videos here. So it just kind of puts everything into one section for you, and it allows easy access to every part of a page. Okay, so it's just a quick way to look around your entire page. All right, so timelines, as we stated at the beginning, is mandatory as of March 31st. Whether you like them or not, you will have to change over as of March 31st. Every page owner will not have the option past the 31st of March. And default landing pages, unfortunately, do not exist. And this is Facebook's way of trying to dig out more advertising dollars, because you have to now drive traffic to any welcome tabs or pages that you have made, rather than forcing people to land on that tab when they come to your page originally. And all apps should function the same as they did before. If you have an app on your page, it should translate over well, and if it doesn't, you just have to go back into the apps section. But most of the apps should function the same as they did in the old pages. And the custom page sizes have increased to about 810 pixels wide. So if you had a default landing page or a like reveal page, then you will notice now when you go to that page that is actually smaller than the entire width of the page. So you either have to center it, or you have to increase the size of it so that it fills the entire page. And you better embrace the changes or become obsolete. Facebook is not going to change back. So Timeline seems like it's here to stay. They figure that it gives pages a better way to represent their company, and to be able to see, gives customers the ability to see an overview of their entire business, and from the beginning, up until now, rather than scrolling through older posts all the time. So Facebook thinks it's a better idea, and only time will tell, but you have to change to the new Timeline pages. So embrace the changes and get used to them, and start playing around with it before the 31st of March, when you will have to change over. That's it for this video on Timeline training strategies.